Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashanti Mayfield. This channel is going to be Tay's Loving, and I just wanted to share a story time with you guys. So when I was 18 years old, I used to I actually met the girl when I was 16. So me and the girl used to be in the foster care system together, and we were friends, and we became best friends over time. I had to have been 18 or so, and we were out on our own at this point. And she had a guy friend that liked her. Well, one day after work, she's like, "Hey, you want to go hang out with me and my friend and his cousin?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, of course, no problem." You know what I'm saying? I've always been the heavy set girl out of my crew. All my friends are all smaller than me, and a lot of them are beautiful. And I hang with a nice mixed group of friends. So this particular day, I get off work, I go home, I take a shower, we all get link up, we go to the park to kick it. So I kick it at the park, and I think she thought that because I was heavy set that the other guy wouldn't like me. And I always have had that problem when it comes to girls. Oh, she's big. That nigga ain't gonna like her. That nigga only fucking with her because she big and she got money. But that wasn't always necessarily the case, and that wasn't the case with this guy either. So anyways, we at the park, and he's on the swing swinging, and I'm on the swing swinging, and we're talking because you have two or three swings in a row. We're talking, and the guy who liked her was talking to her. So he was like, "Let me push you on the swing." So he was pushing me on the swing, and we was talking. And he was like, "Oh, do you got a boyfriend?" I'm like, "No, I'm single." At that time, I didn't have a boyfriend anymore. I had just broke up with my long, my junior high school sweetheart, because I was with him in junior high and high school. We broke up right after high school. However, um, some time goes by. Me and this person, the girl, we always kicking it by now. We're always doing something together, going out to eat, going to the show, doing all kinds of things together. But me and this guy has now taken it a step further. We're sleeping together. No, we weren't girlfriend and boyfriend at the time, but we spent a lot of time together, and I ended up sleeping with the guy. So some time goes by. Now we're talking years later. We're not just talking 6 months later, 7 months later. We're like years into this friendship. We've all been in this friendship for all this time together. Unfortunately, she really didn't like the guy that liked her. So they ended up just being friends. But for some reason, I guess that in the back of her mind, she must have felt like the guy wanted to mess with her. Okay? So I get into it with her. And when I get into it with her, I stop talking to her. I don't go around her. She has this chick that I don't like messing with her. And the girl ain't no good. And I can see she's trying to use her, but she can't see it. And I'm a good friend. So if at some point I see something, I'm going to pull your coattail to it and let you know, hey, X, Y, and Z is not good for you. And I think that some people take that as I'm trying to tell you what to do with that person. But that wasn't necessarily the case. But I wasn't willing to kick it with the two of them together because she changed into somebody different when she was around this particular girl. So I said that because she's intertwined into the story as well. So we're all kicking it, but I stopped talking to her a little bit and moved out and started dealing with another dude, and I had stopped dealing with that guy, and I was with this other dude for quite some time. But it never stopped me from sleeping with the other guy, because once I broke up with him, me and this guy sees each other at the club, and he like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Shit, nothing after the club." He like, "Well, what?" I'm like, "Well, what you doing?" He like, "I'm gonna go home. You gonna come to me to my grandparents' house." So his grandparents had a house, and he lived in the back. So you had to walk down the driveway to get to this guy's house. So it was cool. It wasn't no big deal. The parents couldn't hear us. It was his own little bitty house. It even had a little kitchen in it. a bathroom. It was nice for him. We were all like 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. I met him when I was 18. I was still sleeping with him at 21. But I say this because I sleep with him, and then I happened to see the girl again at the mall. So I'm from East Oakland, California, and the name of the mall is called the Eastmont Mall. At that time, the Eastmont Mall kind of like had a little bit more stuff at it, so you kind of go there to get certain things. I happened to see her at Eastmont Mall, so I'm talking to her, and I'm like, yeah, some. So she like, yeah, me and this person is engaged. I'm like, oh, for real, y'all engaged? So when did this happen? She like, oh, we've been engaged for a little while now. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, but you really kicked it with somebody that I kicked it with? Like, well, I didn't think we were going to be back friends. Why wouldn't you think that I was going to be back your friend? I didn't fall out with you because of something you did to me. I fell out because I didn't want to deal with your friend. That's two different things. So my mind goes to wondering, like, okay, so she really, really, really just is going to marry this guy, and I'm just supposed to be okay with it. No, bitch, I'm not. Okay? At that time, I was very young and very dumb, but I was not okay with it. So I'm at the club, grooving, dancing. You know what I'm saying? And guess who walks in the club? Like, hey, Tay, how you doing? I'm like, I'm doing all right. I'm doing good, How you been? Feel me? He like, oh, I'm good. I'm like, oh, so what about that, that engagement you got going on? He like, what engagement? I'm like, oh, so you ain't engaged to such and such? He like, hell no, I ain't engaged to such and such. I'm like, okay, so if you ain't engaged to her, let's go kick it. He like, okay, well, let's leave. That nigga left with me, okay? And I did it on purpose. I was being scandalous. I was being facetious. And I was retaliating for what she had done because I felt like it was a messed up thing to do. You're not only my friend, you're my best friend. Me and you done been to the ups and the downs together, and you go and you sleep with somebody I slept with. Not only did you go and sleep with him, you was trying to marry him. So I did the unthinkable. Well, I did the thinkable. I slept with him. And then when I seen her again, and she was like, yeah, we've been fighting lately, and this and that. I said, I understand why y'all fighting. What you mean you understand why we fighting? Because he not finna marry you. He trying to figure a way not to tell you that he don't want to marry you. Because if he marry you, he can't sleep with me. What do you mean he can't sleep with me? he can't sleep with you. Y'all not sleeping together. I said, like, hell, if we ain't. Remember when he didn't come home that night? He was with me. You know what I'm saying? And I think back now, I think that it was wrong. Like, two wrongs don't make a right. But back then, baby, it made my inside feel good because I couldn't believe that she had did it to me, and I heard it just as bad as she heard it. And then she went and got engaged to the guy that she knew I really, really liked. We just never could get it together because he thought I was a sucker, and I was just going to do whatever he wanted me to do, and I wasn't that type of girl. But I really had true feelings for him, and it kind of hurt me when he did it too, but it just was a joy in the fact that I liked that did. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, you guys. However, it just was amazing to me how the boy that I once cared for slept with my supposed to have been best friend. And then I did it back to her. I got another story for you guys, but I'm going to save it for another time. I hope that you guys enjoyed my story. Please like and subscribe. And leave a comment down below what you think about this story. What would you have done differently than me if you were in my shoes? And please, please, please like and please subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace.